I'm gonna teach you guys how to make the low poly pixel art, I believe is what it's called. Pixel art, low poly, whatever it is, the PS1 style. So what we'll do is we'll quickly just block out the, so what we'll do is we'll just quickly block out the house and try to get a rough shape, I guess, of it. Usually we'll use a image texture to quickly grab something, so we'll just image texture, color, open, textures. We'll use you can use that one, but we can also use a different one. Is there an easy one to use? We'll just use this one. Quickly just tab all U Q projection, and then we will over here. We'll actually see if this works out in our favor. So we will go over here, corrections. That works out fine. That works out fine. Close down. Let's go over here actually. Just Control Z, Control. Start adding some basic little loop cuts to like basically block out the store. So what we'll do is go over here, Control. Start adding loop cuts. Try to hopefully like start separating some parts, like the windows. Put it here with the door. Oh, oops. I'll put it over here instead. Yeah, I guess we could put one right here off to the side. Then we'll start like extruding some of these parts in and out. So for the windows and the door, we will extrude that inwards a bit. Bring out this sign a bit. Just pray no one looks close enough. And if we obviously need to add geometry anywhere, we will do so. Since it's like all pixelated and stuff, I don't think people will be able to like see this close enough. We'll be like close enough to actually like, you know, see that this actually kind of sucks. So there's a low poly house. Then we'll actually like, if you want to add lights or any of that stuff inside, you gotta add another material. Material. Actually, no, we don't have to add any material at all. Just copy it. And then we'll make it lower alpha, so we can actually like see through these windows. Like to make the windows at least see through. We'll go here, actually, and then go over here to assign it. So now we can turn these down and actually like see through the windows. I don't know if it's actually like, we'll see soon enough. Then Shift D, scale it down a bit. This will be illuminated, of course. This will be like how people will see the lights and all that. So bring this down to the color. That's, you can see everything. I really like how that's. So we'll go over here. Yeah, we'll just get rid of that, no one will really see it. Really just trying to get rid of these little lights. I guess we'll scale up along the y-axis. So here is what it looks like. Here's one low poly house. We'll just use this for a quick little demonstration. We won't like fully build out a scene. Like I'll show you more or less just the basics. And then you guys can of course just build off from there. So there's a low poly house. We can of course duplicate all these. Actually just put this into a group. Make this a little bit easier to keep track of. Grab a mesh plane. Just scale it up a bit. This will be the road, and then we'll add a little sidewalk in. We'll actually get that quite a bit bigger. Leave a little bit of a gap open. It's not too big. My judgment right here is kind of mediocre for now. So we'll just grab that image texture. Make sure you get one of a road. So I get all these images off of Pexel. It's free for my year. Of course, can just start. Of course, we just start extending this and all of that. So 2. It's on the x-axis. We'll add we'll add some sidewalks in. Make sure it's just noticeably above. Image texture, grab one of our concrete. Stretched out, try to apply some scale to it. See if this works. No, it doesn't work out. Wait, we might just have to just Q project it. And we'll scale it up a bunch. Looks fine. Looks good enough actually. So what the scene's looking like. Well, actually, turns all the way down for now. Put a quick little spotlight. Should set up the camera so it's Shift A. You could press Shift Alt 0. Wait, no, it's Control Alt 0. Wait, this is the secondary one. You could just press Shift and whatever this little mouse button is. And start flying around. ASWD, Shift, Control to move slower and faster. We'll make this just one close-up shot. We gotta add some more light to this, just enough. To where you actually can see it. We can actually just turn this a little bit of a dark, bluish, purplish color. Which I say works well. You can't really see it, but it's the exact same thing. What else can we do? Of course, we could obviously just duplicate these. Of course, you could just make more if you want to, but it's okay to just reuse some of your assets. Okay, for this part, the emission strength will actually copy this, and we'll change the color slightly. So we can either mix color, multiply, change this to whatever we want. So yeah, we can give more of that vibe. So we can, let's just try to quickly model a street lamp. or street light, whatever it's called. So G, Z, control to like start snapping it. Actually, control. Let's see, was it control shift G? Yeah, there we go. Just lock it. So everything except for the y-axis. A little loop cut up here. Doesn't even have to really look pretty at all, to be honest. Yeah, that looks fine. Looks low poly enough. A little bit of area light right here. GZ. Probably an orange light color. Looks fine. Actually, we'll just use the concrete material. Just tap Alt. We'll just Q project this. Yeah, we'll just call it a day with that. You can also build up your asset browser as well and like start dropping in stuff. So personally, I have a few things that I can just drop in. Just a plane right here. Put slightly below. Scale it up a bit. Just quickly. Just make it a concrete texture as well. No, just so. Because we might need to add a little bit of light there if we want to add something there. So we can, of course, take a little dumpster bin, dust bin, and put it right there. Of course, if you want to like make posters or something like that, you just gotta take a plane, X, go up here, we can use this to automatically snap stuff on. So we can go right here, G, Y, actually we'll get rid of that, G, Y, so it doesn't clip. I accidentally like made it start clipping at one point for one of my arts. I didn't notice until like afterwards. Now you can put whatever you want on this. We'll just... I have like a image. Where is it? I don't know. What I should do is advertise. We'll just use this Coke. Yeah, that works fine. Of course, add a little bit of light over here. Point towards the building. Big stuff. I think that's barely visible. Maybe possibly. It's like dark enough to where you can't tell this might be the same image. It'll all be pixelated as well. Let's see here. Yeah, I have this little cop car. We'll try something out on it actually. We'll try something a little bit new. That I ended up downloading from a CG Trader. Baked car, there we go. That's not it. Gotta grab all of these. Make it a little bit bigger. Just rotate this 180 degrees. Put on here. Do I see you? Actually, we'll just use this camera. I completely forgot why I even had these cameras. T to get rid of that as well. I'll just use this as my eyes. Put that a little closer. You can actually lower the resolution in Blender, some of these image textures. I guess give it a little bit more of a cartoonish like thing. Not cartoonish, more of a I guess pixelated style. So you can go over to the image editor, image, resize. We could turn it down to something really low, like maybe 100. I feel like actually these are the windows. I don't really see the windows. I'll just go with the body instead. So go with the body, image, resize. We'll take this down really low, like 150. Resize, and you could like notice how straight cheeks this is. Go again, image, resize. This is not it. How far is this? No, it's this. Image, resize. Remember, a benefit off the work of others. Oh, look at the wheels, right? Right? But yeah, we also could just decimate this, give it a more of a low poly style. No, not displacement. Where is it? Decimate. So you can just take this, crank it down pretty low. That looks pretty bad. We don't really care if it has like these sharp edges, I guess. Get this low poly as well, where it's actually kind of noticeable. I guess we'll make the wheels low poly as well. Give it this very low poly like style. Technically, you could just. Well, not even technically, you could just take these and low poly them as well. You just use decimate again. Let's shrink these down so it's like, looks horrible. Almost horrendous looking. Like, it won't really be too noticeable, but it'll be there. Okay, asset browser. You of course could just start spamming everything. Start spamming code, bottles, all that. You can add a trash bin if you want. We'll just make a face somewhere with the can. Just make these things look somewhat realistic, even though this is just stylized, and all that is to, you know, start rotating shit. Start placing things in weird ways. Can't even see that really. Sometimes. Just a darker, slightly more saturated hue. This. Actually, make this more saturated. Make sure that there's actually noticeable. I can possibly use. Yeah, a purplish color should do fine. A lavender-like color. Should work fine. Okay, there's also this little effect we can do. I forgot how you exactly do it. Give me a second, I gotta refigure this out. Okay, so we can also add this little light effect to any object to make it look semi like, also add like a little bit of stylized look to it. Give it a emission shader, transparent, I think transparent. Give it a little mix shader as well. So we gotta get a logarithmic. That a gradient texture to the base, I believe, the value. We'll Control T this. The node wrangler, then it's like a really low number one. There we go, that should work fine. Float this into the surface, and we have the basic little semi-transparent thing. I believe you also go down to here. Blended. There you go. And of course, I think you could just start messing with these colors any way you want. So I guess we'll start off with the little lamp. So you can just scale this down, do this however you feel like. Is that their gun? So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep this down. G7, tab, grab this, you can scale this up a bit. Scale this down actually. Z, pure, tab. I'm gonna speed this down actually. Of course, just copy and just scale that down a bit. We'll of course have this little effect. Actually mess with the colors a bit. I think that serves a bit better. Build this up a bit. That is fine. Of course, we could do this with the car lights. So I don't really know what car lights I should choose, but we'll make it work out. So we will grab another area light. We will move it to right here. Control Z. Right here. There. Pump them out a bit. color should I choose? I should choose probably maybe a lightish blue might do well. Yeah, maybe just that should work fine. Shift D, rotate, change. Grab this, Shift D, start moving this around a bit more, rotate, I guess 90, never mind, rotate, -90. Maybe it's just the angle here, but of course we just mess around with the lights and all that. I started to realize I did not duplicate any of these lights or their thing. So I have to quickly redo this. I don't know if I actually got it. Turn 10, there we go. I mean, this could technically just be, this could just be it. So right here, of course, can render this out in EV. You don't really need that many freaking things. Actually here, let's add a quick little volumetric. Might add, should add a little bit of fog, I guess. So volume scatter, insert 1. Change that to percentage high. Should I do that? I don't know if it actually does it justice. Not justice, but does it well. I also have to change these white lamps. Something good over that. Take that up a little bit higher. Actually, we can add a little bit of a lamp right here as well. So you can try to just do that. See it connected. You got a good right there. Just a little wider actually. So you can try to give it the illusion that it's actually a lamp. GZ. So we can put this scale on y-axis real quick. Try to get everything lined up. Same concrete texture, what was it? I think this might be tab, U, true. I should change this color. So a whole new one. Your emission. Sign something like that to it. Colorist. Get a little bit of yellow. I'm sorry, so we could have done this, or we could have just did this. Where is it? Is it this one? Okay, just assign these. Get a little bit of illumination. It would be outside. That's all I'm usually going to put in. And we gotta get something for the background. Usually I like to use just an image texture. Try to move it. That looks fine. Image. Image color. Open. Textures. We'll use I think this is it. We'll actually use a emission to make it a little bit more noticeable. We'll quickly just render out an image. It shouldn't take too long. This part looks a little bit too obvious. We'll add a quick little poster to it. 90. That is, you can just snap it on. Quickly snap it off. Just do that. New image. Open. Textures. What should we use? Something here. Just flip to 90 and then tab. Go here. See. This is UV editor. You can use. Show that. I'll just use this as a quick little poster. Looks quite better. Definitely not as noticeable. This road might be looking a bit too smooth. Yeah, that's fine. Just keep that there. Compositor, new. We'll do this only in camera. Pixelate nose. This is where most of the magic happens, actually. This will of course pixelate it. And posterize mode. Gotta crank this up really high. Get those text the thing. That's good enough. So if we quickly render an image, that's what it looks like. I say that looks completely fine. And what can we do? We could increase the size of this. This of course looks a little bit empty, but that is whatever. Can't really see the trash can, but you can see this. What else can we do? Yeah, we could add some snow, or of course particle system. Which I mean, it's whatever. Actually, let's look at that one. So decimate this. Decimate. Pretty low poly. Put this emission, so we'll have. No, we'll just have this many. So velocity is source. Where's render? We'll have to choose an object and then choose an icosphere. We'll just type this in. Icosphere. I should go back down to the icosphere and give it a little bit of an emission shader, so you actually can see it's snow. Like that. Timeline. Visual. This is not good snow. You have to quickly go mess around with settings, so of course we'll scale this down. Make it quite a bit different. Where is it? Field weights. Nah. More settings. Where was it? Where did I put it? Enter particles, catch. Velocity maybe? No. Physics? There we go. So I guess we'll use 0.5. Turn this all the way up. Oh, that's not good. That's not what we're looking for. Deflection, derivation, timestamps. We'll turn this really low. 0.01, maybe? I think that's what makes it fall down slower. Yeah, that's what makes it fall down slower. These lifetimes much longer. We'll start the frame at like -100 or something. Just so like when you like bake this, it'll work out. So 0.06. Let's see how it looks. That looks like crap. 0.02, I guess. That's not that good. 0.006. Well, that's actually trying to switch. I was turning in the wrong freaking thing, man. 0.01. That should look fine. That does not look fine. We'll have to play around with this for a bit until we actually get something back. And technically this does work fine. We should not show this emitter. We will bake this actually. Does this work out? No, it does not work out. This is so slow. It's like slow to bake. Okay, well I suck at numbers. I'll just start messing around with this until it all works out. Yeah, I see that's good enough for you. Now since that's out, we'll have to actually make this small time of as long as we need. Minus 180, I guess. No, not 180. 260. Maybe 260. Make sure it's negative, boys. Make sure it's negative. And there's a little snow effect if you guys, I guess, like that. Or just show me there. You don't want to see me there. No, I rendered blue. No, you don't want to render blue. No. No. So this looks like at least the final result. It looks good enough. You of course can just tweak some things around. Tab, scroll. That looks fine. Oh my god, I'll just skip these individually, I don't really care now. Yeah, that looks fine. Of course, can like play with the pixelation a little bit more. Let's hop to the compositor. Of course, you can play with more pixels. You can get more of that retro like style. Takes away a lot of the texture. That looks fine. Actually, save. Alright, I think that definitely does conclude everything. Not everything I want to like show. I think this is about it. So I showed you how to make a quick little house. I get snow, what I do for my background. I get a good chunk of these assets off of, CD Trader, Sketchfab. I taught you guys the the Q projection, whatever it's called, then cube projection works well. I taught you this year. I don't think I taught you guys overall lighting though, but I guess that works out fine. Taught you how to like composite everything, how to get this actual pixelated texture. So I mean, for the most part, I feel like most people want the composited textures and all that instead. So I could just honestly hop to that. So like, this is without the pixelated textures, or not the posterized node. Which it makes everything much more flat. This gives it a little bit more depth. Of course, you can just take the posterized node, and then you get all your details back. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you guys want any more tutorials, if you guys even like this tutorial, I feel like I taught this crappily. I'll just have to edit this. So see you guys.